Hey guys, thanks for coming back, for everyone joining the stream. We cannot find the over the board picture on chess.com. I wonder if Lee Chess... Oh, we may have it here. Um, that's round one. Let's find round two. Hey guys, hey Troll Marauder, we're back. We have a link with her working. You can see her over the board. We cannot still find the game over on chess.com for some reason. If anyone can, please let me know if you can find her over the board on the Grenke event page. I'm just checking Lee Chess in case I can find it on here. It would help if I wasn't checking on... She isn't listed on Lee Chess by the looks of it. Okay, no worries. Yes, at least we have the over the board footage. Exactly. We have some over the board footage. And I know there is a delay on chess.com. Unfortunately, let me just message Assie. I mean, I can see her without her phone, so I'm sure that she probably can't check her phone, but she did send me another link. How are we doing, No More? Thank you for coming back. Sorry that we are having some issues. Her opponent is unrated, I believe, which is awesome for him. So he's 1666. Mark of the Beast. No, I'm sure he's a lovely person, and he must be loving the fact that he gets to play Hannah. That's awesome. Yeah, hey, welcome back, Hipside. Thanks for joining. We managed to get a link. She just sent me one. So we started up. Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. I've got a lovely bit of coffee here. I started off with a herbal tea, and then we quickly transitioned to coffee, as most mornings. But hey, we're back, and taking the message for myself, we didn't quit. We didn't quit, but we had a brief intermission, and I'm still just trying to... Guys, if any of you can check chess.com or Lee Chess and are able to find her on her over the board game online, please let me know and link it. But she uses her phone for a camera. Okay. I mean, why is only one person on the event page under the streamers? Grenke streamers. That can't be right. Something's going on. And she isn't listed on lead chest as well. I just checked lead chest. Should we check it again quick? Lead chest Grenke Open. Because I watched someone else's stream and they was able to pull up their streamer on lead chest. Other commentators have been entering the moves manually. Okay. Okay, we can do that then. We'll just get up the current position and we'll just play it from now. So let me go into analysis page. Open up another chess.com. Yeah, we don't have the best camera angle, but maybe we'll be able to work it out together. Maybe we'll be able to work it out together. Okay, this is going to be hard to do. Let me get it up on my phone quick. Maybe able to zoom in. Picture isn't the best. Okay, let me move this over here quickly. 1 sec, I'm just covering the chat because I'm just putting it on a wide screen on my bigger monitor as we then fill up this board. Okay, maybe we just set out the position. So he's short castled for sure. It's a short castle. Looks like 3 pawns and the queen. Is that a knight there? And 3 pawns. Definitely a knight on the dark square. So we've got a light square bishop here. Light square bishop just looks like a big pawn at the moment because I'm pretty sure there's a pawn here. And better put their last rook in. And I am aware that the dark square bishop looks like it's pinning the knight, but for 1 sec, let me just fill in the easy pieces. Anna has not castled yet. Here, the queen is here. It's got pawns there. And definitely a light square. Oh, definitely the dark squares. Okay, so he's gone a3, so we can put that in after. I think there's a pawn on the dark square next to the queen. And is that a bishop? Here. Or is that a knight in between them? It'd make more sense that that's a knight, isn't it? Yeah, that's a knight, and then a bishop here. Bishop here, knight here. And there's got to be a pawn in front of. F pawn. She knows about Ben Finegold. You know about Ben Finnegold. Find the gold. Never push your F pawn. I think this might be the position, guys. Wait. Yeah, they both have one pawn. They've traded off the C pawn and the D pawn. Okay, let's load this up. Play A3. And I can now minimize this camera. Okay, guys, I think this is the live position. Does that look good to you? Let me know if that looks good to you guys. Do we want the analysis on? Or we turn the analysis on for you guys? Is this right? Why is black winning so much? I guess this bishop's so awful. A lot more developed. Yeah, I should have got a pair of binoculars, right? I think this is the live position. But I don't know why it's so winning for black, if I'm completely honest. Like, I'm surprised it's more than +3, considering it's just a positional advantage. But if you would take black in this position, right? I mean, the bishop for white's awful. The knights are a bit cramped in. No, wait, are we missing a pawn for black? For black, I just realised we're missing 2 pawns compared to white. White's 1 pawn. One sec. Let me bring the thing up again. No. Yes, black has a pawn there as well. Okay, 1 sec. Let me edit the position. Edit. There's a pawn here. Makes black's position even stronger. Oh, it's because of the bishop. I didn't put the light squared bishop in. There's a dark squared bishop here. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Now it's it. Okay, so white's 0-5. This is right. I was gonna say, I don't know why it was so winning. Forgive me, guys. Was squinting my best on this screen. Yeah, you're missing the bishop of white. Yeah, that's it. Everyone knows. Thank you for everyone helping. We had to get the binoculars out, but hey, this is why I'm massive into foraging and mycology, which is the study of mushrooms, guys. And there's a saying in the community that, you know, 2 eyes are better than 1, 4 eyes are better than 2, and 100 eyes, fortunately for you guys, for us, that we worked out together. Thank you, Screws. We just about got there. I'm gonna yeah. Well, I'm not a mycologist by trade. I'm more of a sociologist, but I've just been kind of like, it's like a passion of mine, just like chess. I've never actually played over the board. I've never actually even been to a chess coach or chess club. I've just kind of started creating chess content in the last few months, and I've only really been playing chess consistently for the last 2 years. But I've managed to get up to 1960 on chess.com in rapid, and I think my peak blitz is around 1710. So yeah, we love it, and mycology and foraging and stuff like that, I've been doing it for since about COVID, so 5-6 years now. And yeah, we love it. I was actually about to go foraging, so when I ended the stream, I rang my friend and was like, "Yo, let's go hiking, let's go look for some St. George's mushrooms, some morels." And then Hannah messaged me another link, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," I was literally just about to go find some mushrooms and get some exercise in, get a hike, go see nature. But when chess calls, you answer. And like I said, I took my morning off for this, so I'm more than happy. Yeah. That's like me, Screws. I was squinting. Literally, I've got a monitor and a TV, so I literally put the camera of the board literally on the TV. So I literally have like a 30-inch view of the board, and I still managed to miss the light square bishop. But yeah, we got there in the end, and Hannah's having a good think. I'm not sure what the plan is. What move are we playing for black? If you're Hannah, I mean, castle seems like a very normal move. that you could kind of play instantly. I just realised we haven't got the time. That's obviously the bad thing about having the analysis board, right? And we haven't even got the clocks on the camera. Is that right? Let me just widen this screen again. Are we able to see the time? No. Okay. So we don't know how long they've spent, but that's fine. If anyone knows, uh, well, it started at 9 o'clock, didn't it? I think they get 90 minutes each, right? 30-second increment. I don't think there's any additional time added on after so many moves or anything like that, like the freestyle format. This is just the normal open format, and yeah, there's so much chess going on at the moment, right? There's the candidates, there's the freestyle side, there's the open side, and like I said, if anyone is looking forward to watching some chess that isn't over the board, Hans and Magnus are going to be taking over our screens on the 7th of April, which is 4 days from now. So that must be, is that Monday, Bank Holiday Monday or Tuesday? I'm looking so forward for this. No additional time. They have double rounds every day. Yeah, exactly. No additional time. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Lots of chess. Lots of chess. I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, I honestly I'm looking forward to commentating and spending hours on chess. The most time I probably spent on chess, I went to the Speed Chess Championship. Maybe I can show you guys some memorabilia. One sec. So I went to the Speed Chess Championship in London and got a scarf. Also got a shirt which I wear every Tuesday for Untitled Tuesday, guys. If anyone is interested in watching along or supporting me, we stream every Tuesday, and I wear my Speed Chess. I thought I won't wear it today because of it's classical, but long story short, what I was getting to is that the tournament went on all day, right? And it was probably the first time where I really was like, I wanted to watch all of Magnus's games, all of Hikaru's games against Fruza. I was there when Denis Lazovic sacrificed both of his rooks against Magnus. If anyone's seen the clips, it was crazy. He didn't have the best game against him, unfortunately, but that was definitely the best play of the tournament in the semi-finals, and that was awesome. Yes, yes. I also got. Sorry, guys, more souvenirs to come. I don't know if you guys have heard of a content creator called Levi Rosman. He's also known as Gotham Chess, and he wrote a book called this. And if we go to the front, I don't know if any of you can see that. There are lots of signatures from Levi, from Danny Wrench, from Anna Rudolph, Anna Kramlin, Nemo. We got photos of all of them. David Howe. We got to meet all of our favorite content creators, and they was kind enough to sign my book, and yeah, take some photos and have some awesome conversations. I was gonna play a game with David Howe, and some little kids come over and ask if they could play, and I thought, you know what, I'm a 32-year-old man. I've only been getting into chess first couple of years. These kids could be the next future grandmasters. I said, of course you can play. So I let them play because I thought, what kind of man's going to take away this kind of kid's dreams of playing with a grandmaster? So I watched along, even though I could have got the content and it would have been great for content. At the end of the day, I thought it was more wholesome to let the child's play. And I'm just going to tell you guys, David Howe is one of the nicest people you can ever meet. Every single person was nice. I actually got starstruck when I met Anna Kramlin, guys. Has Anna made a move? Sorry, guys, I'm taking over the stream like it's my memorabilia of the Speeches Championship. There is a tournament going on, so let us focus also on the position. I'm just gonna check if she has popped up on Grenke. No, because obviously it would be nice to see how much time they both have. Please let me know if I've made a miss. Uh, Signed copy of Louis' book. Yeah, signed copy of Louis' book, exactly. I'm gonna have to go buy the baby's version and get a signed one because that's the one I need if I'm honest. I'm really struggling to get 2000 elo. I've been at it since I hit my peak elo of 1960, maybe January, mid-January, and these last 3 months, I mean, I'm actually down near the 1800 section, guys. So you know how it goes. I've lost about 150 elo since then. But we got a brilliant en passant move yesterday. En croissants in the chat. Uh, a en passant which sacrificed my queen. And if you're interested in seeing that, you can head over to my YouTube channel. It was awesome. I was very happy to find that. Did Hannah make a move? I see her opponents come rushing down. She has made a move. Oh my days, I need the binoculars back out, guys. We need the binoculars back out. What has she moved? Does anyone see what she moved? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. It looks like she has moved the knight to b6. And the engine did not like this. It's an inaccuracy, but sometimes these stronger players, they take you into the deep waters, right? They play an innocuous move, a dubious move, to come out of theory. As players like myself, I played Untitled Tuesday more than enough, and in Untitled Tuesday, if anyone has competed, thanks for the raid, guys. Sorry, I can't get any notifications for the raid because I'm actually not logged into her Twitch account. So if there's any notifications, donations, anything like that, I'm speaking on behalf of Hannah, we appreciate you so much. However, I do not get any notifications. Oris, thank you for joining for my YouTube channel. I forgot that I am live. I am live on my YouTube channel, I believe. I appreciate you. We are just doing a commentary for Hannah Sace. If I'm sure you know her. If you know of me, I'm sure you know her. The wonderful, the beautiful, and the brilliant. And I appreciate you for coming just to support. One of my regulars are in my chat, and I appreciate you. We got a different stream going on today. We are at the Grenke Open, and we will be playing our road to 2000 probably later this evening and tomorrow. But what is the time control? The time control, Yellow Jello, is Yellow Jello. I love a rhyme, so I really like your name. It is 90 minutes each. Unfortunately, we don't have the live over the board game. Something's going on with chess.com. There's only one streamer game that's available. Her name should be popped up here. I'm going to give it another refresh. Yeah, round 2. Only one streamer is available, which is obviously incorrect. So we've just created the position. We've got our binoculars out. We've got 100 eyes on the board, and we're just going to try and play the position here together. Unfortunately, we don't know the time, but the game started at 9 o'clock, so it's been about an hour and 20 minutes. They had 90 minutes each. So I'm not the best mathematician, but if they spent equal amount of time, maybe they're about, you know, I'm not even going to guess how much time they got left because my maths is awful. She did not win her first game because she did not participate. She had a 0 buy, so I think they agreed in the tournament. The tournament organisers understood that she wasn't there for round 1. So the best score that she could get in this tournament is 8 out of 9, and that's what we're rooting for. 5.5 out of 8 or 5.5 out of 9. I see a few people talking about earlier. Chessmaster, thank you for being here. I am very happy you are here also. Yeah, so she could be probably rested. She just was she was in Ryak or something like that, right? She was in a previous tournament earlier in the week, so she's been playing lots of chess. She's truly on her grind. Woman candidate master. Yes, exactly. Sleep is the most important thing, guys. It's basically a performance. It's performance enhancing, right? Everyone knows if you've played chess that, you know, if you haven't had a good rest or something like that, that can really affect your quality of play. If anyone watched Hikaru in the candidates, he had a winning endgame, played a very natural looking move, but like he said, he noticed it straight away. But he himself said he's been playing lots of chess. It was towards the end of the game, 4 hours into the game, and unfortunately, just that little bit of tiredness cost him. But at the same time, it's only been a few games. There's still lots of rounds. We're rooting for Hikaru, but Cinderov, guys. Guy's insane. Beat Fabi. Also rooting for him because of he no, that was against no, since sorry, Hikaru's dubious endgame move was against, can't think of his name now. Sorry, I can't. It's just left me. If anyone knows, best performance enhancer is Steve. Yeah, it's better than performance enhancing drugs. It basically is, right? It honestly is. If you can recover correctly. I had 2 hours sleep yesterday. I know. This is me with my coffee. I didn't have the greatest sleep. Esapenko, that's right. Esapenko, his name. Yep. Chess master. He's a chess master. My co-commentator. Oh my gosh, guys! I keep not looking at the camera because I've obviously got the live board screen as my full screen here. So please notify me in the chat if I miss a move. I think all is well though. I think all is well. No, while I'm in the big screen, I'm trying to look in the background, see if I can notice anyone. See if I can notice anyone in the background. I don't think I can see any other sort of content creators or streamers, but there are lots there. Yeah, he's plus 1.1 at the moment. So Key's best move, guys. Can anyone see it? Wow, I don't think he's gonna play the best move. Very difficult move to find. Very difficult move to find. A4. Wow. No, is Lena a roommate of, was Lena a previous roommate of Hannah? That's awesome. Oh, Eleanor, sorry, Lena. Yeah, A4 is gross. A4 is gross. I don't think a 1600 can find that. I mean I'm probably around 1600 in terms of, I'm about 1960 on rapid. I don't think I'm playing A4 here. A4 is a very high level move. And the next best move is H3 to stop any kind of jumps. And then the next best move is E3, undeveloping the bishop. So we got, I mean H3 could be found very natural move, especially if you kind of want to get a bit defensive. But A4 is a very smart move. But you'd think they can push and kick away your knight. You hop in. Should we analyze it? Should we keep it from? Let me know if should we watch it from Hannah's perspective? Yeah, we'll watch it from Hannah's perspective, or maybe we'll switch from each side. It's White's move, so we can watch them. Did he make a move? Yeah, exactly. It just, well, it wouldn't immediately win it because you could push the pawn to kick away the knight. So let's play this. So let's play A4. What happens if you push? You simply retreat, attacking the pawn. Let's say a very natural move is defending the pawn. And then you just do C3. This was my idea originally. So it's just to disbarrage, just to break down their whole queen side. Queen's a bit open here. You're going to look to open your rook in the game. They still haven't castled yet, so the rook isn't connected. So you'd have to waste the tempo just to kind of secure your position, maybe. And you know, lots of stuff, lots of ideas of getting some open files in the game while your king's safe and their king isn't safe, and their pieces are a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? They're not in sync with each other, right? They're not in harmony. The black's pieces although the knight does cover and stuff like that, the queen's loose. So when pieces are not defended and things like that. So some difficult ideas to understand. It looks like black's grabbing lots of space, but the engine understands that white can break it down and potentially open some files and get some attack going. So A4 wasn't played, was it? Lena was Hannah's roommate from a few weeks after Alina just moved countries to Australia. I think it's the first time they met as well. Don't quote me. Oh, thank you for that, Troll Mulder. I actually don't know who Eleanor is until I just clicked on Pytro Checkmate, and I think I might have seen one or two clips of her before on TikTok. So forgive me um, for not knowing who that is, but I know who Pytro Checkmate is. I actually met him. I got photos with him at the Speechless Championship as well. Uh, he was really nice, awesome. He actually lives quite near me, which is quite funny, and uh, and I see that she's commentating on his game. So I was just kind of checked into that why I ended the stream. If anyone was here originally, we started the stream. Unfortunately, the link wasn't working, so we stopped it. I then checked some of the other streamers because people were saying, "Oh, their camera's working." I don't know why there's connection issues. I kind of mentioned that to Hannah that I've ended the stream, but other people seem to be okay with their camera because she did mention that there might be connection issues. And then what she done is that she originally sent me a YouTube link, and now she's kind of sent me a different link from a site that I've never heard of before. But hey, the camera's working, so we trust this. We trusted her with this anonymous site. Hopefully, my computer is safe after. Yeah. Maybe. Hey, in the future, I might be Pytro Checkmate's roommate. If all goes well, we can only we can only hope. Oh, can I type one? Oh, no, I don't think I have access to the chat. I'm just gonna put my finger here. Yep, that's it. VOD.ninja, if anyone wants to know what that's the site. So shout out the ninjas. Over 100 messages in the chat already. You guys are crazy. Big up the support. Thank you for being here. Someone has just made a move. Wyatt's made a move. I can see Hannah writing, or she just picked up her pen. She's signing autographs, or did she make a move? Let me big screen it and get my binoculars back out. He did not play A4. Where'd the bishop go? Did he move the bishop? Oh, he's taken the knight. Is that right? He's traded. I think he's traded the knight. Which I don't think is a good move, if I'm completely honest, before I even play it. I don't want to make the move in case I'm wrong. Let me just confirm this. Yeah, it's definitely traded the knight. I don't think this is a good move, practically speaking. He probably should have held the pin. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe it's not bad. Obviously, it does give the dark squared bishop. It turns it into a bit of a big pawn itself. But it wasn't really under kind of much attack. I think developing the knight would have been much better supporting it. At least invoke some sort of weakness, right? Generally, you don't want to give into tensions. To take a mistake, you've somewhat just helped develop. And you've also given her the bishop pair, and anyone who plays stronger players. I play in Untitled Tuesday every week, and you generally play a person who's higher than you and then lower than you. So if you're around 1500, you might get a 2000 and then 1000, and only when you beat the higher player will you get, someone higher, or if you lose to the lower player, you'll get people lower. And every time I face people who are like 2000, 2200s, 2400s, when they've got the bishop pair, when they play take you out of theory, they just take you in the deep water. You know you're better, and they just kind of find the better moves. They find it quickly. They push you on the time, and you really have to try and just play principally. Really, just try and make sure that you don't make them simple mistakes, i.e., to take some mistake and little things like that. Although the engine isn't the worst move to take, but it has definitely reduced White's advantage. It seems we have Aldo playing from Hall. Oh, yes, we do. Sorry. Let me mute that. Let's mute the site. That's my bad, guys. Thank you for pointing that out. If there was any distortion, that should be gone now. Sorry if there was any sound issues. She sent me the link and I did not mute that channel where it was a new channel on my streaming system. I'm not really massively into fizzy drinks, if I'm completely honest. But before, when I was into them, when I was younger, when you're younger, you can drink whatever you want. I'm getting a bit older, so I need to kind of, stick to the teas and the waters and the coconut water and fruit juices and things like that. I try to um, be as healthy as possible when it comes to them options. But I think Coke over Pepsi every single day. I know David Beckham tried to do a lot for Pepsi, but I don't think it worked. Oh yeah, blood orange. Blood orange is so good. Blood orange is so good. That is a good shout. Hey, some German beer. We got Oktoberfest going on. And maybe I should bring her stream. Oris, I'm good. Sorry, yours in my stream, right? You asking me. Sorry, Oris, if I have not replied to you. That's better. That's better. I've got her board a lot bigger now next to the chat. So I should be able to see when they make a move now. Oh, they gave each other a little eye contact there. Hannah got the Dino eyes out. She got the Dino eyes and gave him the death stare. Snickers or Mars, Snickers. I love nuts. You got, you know, men eat Snickers. But I do like Mars as well. Nothing wrong with a Mars bar. But I'm massive into long distance hiking and Snickers bars and like nut bars and things like that. Okay, White did make a move, and once again, I'm flexing my muscles instead of seeing what the hell is going on. Did anyone see what he moved? Let's get 100 eyes on it, guys. Zoom in, binoculars out. I think he's moved his queen to here. Yeah, he has, right? Which is interesting. You'd think the computer doesn't like this move. I don't really like this move. Why would you not develop the knight here? Is that not the computer doesn't like that move even more? So what's the knight stop it? I guess I guess he doesn't want to give him the outpost and he don't want to trade the bishop off. Yeah, so that's going there. So this is the live position. Okay, let me minimize that screen slightly. No, I'm pretty sure the queen's next to the pawn. The queen's behind this pawn. Sorry, not behind, but on the same diagonal. Yeah, yeah, for sure. The queen's on the same diagonal. It's in front of the king's pawns. So I think this is the live position, guys, and it's the first time in the game where black is marginally better. 0.01. So it says 0, but on the actual deeper analysis, it is 0.1. And the best move for Hannah now is simply to attack the piece. What's the worst piece? What do they say in chess? If you can just look at your pieces that aren't active. So for her, you could argue that these pieces aren't active. But this just simply gains a tempo. And where does this knight go? I guess you can just slide your rook into the game. But at the very least, you're going onto an active square instead of having your bishop as a big pawn. If we look at the white bishop and the dark squared bishop, for both parties, neither of them are too happy at the moment. You got a peanut allergy? Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. Is it all peanuts? Because I know some people, they're okay. Like I had a friend who was just like, like they're okay with walnuts and things like that. But then when it comes to peanuts, for example, they had a quite serious allergy, which is kind of interesting. How it isn't kind of like all of them. I don't know. Don't know if that's a thing, or if that's the same with you. That's it. That's it. As long as you don't quit and you stay consistent, even losses are lessons, guys, right? You learn from your mistakes. The line can't always go up. This isn't, I know a lot of capitalists think that it can, and they act like it can. They want the line to always go up, and there's obviously nothing wrong with with capitalism. But when you have that aggressive neoliberal model where we always want the line to go up, whether it be our elo, whether it be money, whether it be stocks, unfortunately, it's not a reality, right? It doesn't exist. The line cannot always go up and up and up and up and up. Um, there has to be dips in the market. There has to be nuance. We have to. The game wouldn't be fun. Unfortunately, we like chess because of it's so difficult. Because of we was talking about this on my stream recently, right? There's 3,000 grandmasters in the world. I think there's a further 3,000 international masters in the world. So that's only like 6,000. 6,000. Like, if you think about the amount of people that get degrees, masters, doctorates every year, you're talking millions of people, right? When you talk about the highest level of chess, it is insanely hard, and you have to respect your opponent, and that's one thing that I'm sure Hannah even understands now, playing an unrated player. You have to respect your opponent. If anyone knows General Zod, he's a awesome dude. I see him on TikTok, and he's one of the highest rated players on chess.com without a title. I believe he's like 25, 2,600, which is insane to not have a title and be that high. I think he's like the eighth highest person on chess.com. And he talks about no matter who you're playing and every position that you're at, you have to look at it like a new position. All preconceived ideas and things that you had going on, you really have to forget and just assess the position on the board. And it's something that I'm trying to do, where a lot of the times in games I can have these preconceived ideas, and then you try to execute them, but you're not following how the the board has changed, after your opponent's moved, and you're thinking that it's now viable, but a new opportunity may have arisen, but you become narrow-minded. You become, what's the word I'm looking for? You become, yeah, you basically become biased between for your ideas, and to create plans and long-term plans is obviously a step up from a beginner. That's what, beginners generally just look one move ahead, are focused on one and two moves. As you get a bit stronger, you start creating these long-term plans, and sometimes you stick to this long-term plan despite the ball changing and new plans and new ideas arising, and you become transfixed on these previous notions. And it's something that differentiates an intermediate player with a really strong player. These really strong players are really good at just being able to be like, okay, I've been going for this plan for the whole game. Your opponent makes one move, and they're able to just assess that position and realize, oh, a new plan has arisen, a new tactical opportunity has arisen. Yeah, yeah, we become closed-minded. Yeah, we become yeah, transfixed. I don't know why chess is so weird. Chess is such a hard game, you know. Even earlier and last night, I played like 3 or 4 games. I was just in completely winning positions. Had about 4 or 5 minutes on my clock, and then like blundered a mate and won. Like just like that, where I was just like, I thought I was so winning. Again, we're talking about like not respecting your opponent, thinking the game's finished before it's done. Sometimes the biggest mistake is being a higher rated player and playing a lower rated player and thinking you deserve the win. Like okay, I'm a 1900, I'm playing a 1600, I've automatically won. That isn't the case. You have to play the game. The game's 0-0. It's even at the start, right? No matter who you're playing. And that's why upsets can happen sometimes. We we yeah, we don't respect our opponents. We don't respect the position. We can take advantage, lose a bit of lack of concentration. Again, it happens to the best players in the world. It happened with Akaru against my man the other day. Transfixed is a great word. Yeah, tunnel vision, lots of different minds, closed-minded. We're all along the same. We're all on the same semantics. There you go. There's another good word. Basically, just meaning many different meanings of the same word. Uh, Hannah looks very composed. I like it. Hannah looks very comfortable. My guy looks like he's deep in thought. I love how they got Magnus and Hans poster next to each other in the background. And I don't know if anyone checked in on the freestyle stream. I did check into it, and they're actually sitting behind each other, and Hans is facing Magnus. So whenever their opponent moves or scratches their head and they're looking up, they are going to get some awkward eye contact. I'm sure they've had plenty of that, considering they've got a Netflix documentary coming out. And I can't actually remember the name of the documentary. Does anyone know the name of the show? Maybe I could Google that. It's probably not great of me. I just know it comes out on the 7th. Hans and Magnus Netflix show. Did all you guys watch the Queen of Chess that come out like a month ago or so? Untold Chessmates. Untold Chessmates is the show that's coming out on the 7th. It's an Untold series. If any of you guys, can we get some Judith Polgar's Queen of Chess in the chat? We got the Princess of Chat on the screen. But I'm sure that Judith is one of Hannah's idols and deserves a shout out. Oh, you'll love it, Troll Marauder. It's so good. It's so good. It's very inspirational. There's certain documentaries that go beyond the description. So there's another documentary that's gone viral recently. It's called Listers. Am I able to type in the chat? I am not able to type in the chat because I'm not on Twitch. Okay, it's called Listers, just how you would write a list, called Listers. And it's about a extreme bird watching. But like I said, it's way beyond extreme bird watching, right? It's about the hero's journey and following your passion. And, they're essentially, yeah, I'm not going to give away the documentary, but it's awesome. And it's the same with the Queen of Chess, right? It's inspirational you don't even have to just be a woman to be inspired of a story of going to the Olympics and all the problems that they faced from her life, growing up poor and, in a essentially a communist and a fascist state, and just it's just an incredible story, right? An incredible human story that's super inspirational, especially if you're female. But even if you're not, if you're human, you should be massively inspired. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, there was one bit where it kind of brought tears to my eyes. It literally brought tears to my eyes, and I'm saying that as a man who don't really cry. Okay, we got to move on the board. Wait. Where did Hannah move? I just see White moved. Guys, we're a couple moves behind. Uh-oh, I'm talking too much. This is what happens on my own stream as well, guys. I'm so sorry. Everyone says that I waffle. Which I don't know if it's good or bad, but binoculars out, guys. Binoculars out. I think she moved her bishop back to here. I think she's moved her bishop back to here, and he's gone here. Oh no, sorry. He's gone onto the light squares. So the bishop's gone here, and back again. Let me know if this seems good for you guys. Pardon me. Where is everyone from, guys? Troll Marauder, E4. Are we UK? Are we Europe? Are we in America? Are we New Zealand? Hannah's from New Zealand, right? Or is it Australia? I know someone just said that she was roommates with Eleanor in Australia. Atalanta, awesome. I love Atlanta. Uh, Denmark, shout out Denmark. She's Australian. Okay. Thought she was from New Zealand for some reason. Thought she was from the land of the Lord of the Rings. From the USA. So we got a couple of people from the USA. Awesome. Awesome. She's got global fans, huh? She famous. She made it, baby. And I'm assuming Dome is not only from Germany, but Grenke. Yes, I would definitely head near there. Even if you go to the parks outside, I'm seeing a lot of people on their Instagram and their stories during their breaks. You know, they're trying to get a rest, they're trying to go get some nature, get some fresh air, having a walk, going to see the parks, going to see the ponds nearby. And I've seen Hikaru sign a few people's autographs, and I've seen a few other content creators roaming about just on their Instagrams and their stories. So if you're in Germany, and especially if you're in Grenka, which I'm assuming is a place, not just the name of the tournament. I must admit, geography is my weakest point of knowledge, and I'm not very knowledgeable at all in general. So have to bear with me, guys. But it looks so beautiful where they are. It looks so beautiful. I was a bit sad though. There's a zoo like in the park, and they had like this polar bear like in like some tiny cage. Things like that made me so sad. This polar bear looked so sad. But we'll save the tears. I'm already a bit teared up just thinking about the Queen of Chess, just thinking about Judith Polgar again, if I'm honest. And I'm hoping that Hannah can channel her inner Judith. And I'm sure she will. It's a very cagey game at the moment, right? Very cagey game. Yeah, the polar bear was alive. I mean, there wasn't one bit of snow or ice or it's just a bit of grass and a little bit of water. I won't talk about it too much, because it was very sad if I'm completely honest. Although I get the appeal. You know, kids obviously want to see wild animals and things like that. But I mean, this space was was a very not sufficient. Wasn't sufficient for a dog. I just heard someone cough. Have I got Oh, I thought it was on the stream. I think it's someone outside my house, which I can't control from my window. And just hang out my window like one of them old men. Don't you cough, I'm trying to watch chess. No, we won't do that. That's my bad, guys. That's my bad. I think I've definitely got the camera muted. Unless I've got it open again on my laptop. I think it's just like someone's kind of outside my house. Maybe it's my neighbor or someone like that, and they might be a little bit ill. But no one's in mine at the moment that's up or anything. So so I'm not sure exactly what it is. I only just heard the one time then. So the last move was rook to d1, and wow, it still wants this bishop to move, but the best move for Hannah is actually to play this alpha zero move, h5, and I guess he's thinking, you know what? Let's keep our king in the center and let's start an attack. Best move for black is to just start an attack, which is kind of crazy. Very aggressive, very aggressive approach the engine wants. And if I'm completely honest, if I was white as a 1600 playing a woman candidate master and they play h5 in this position, I would probably poo my pants. I would think, oh my god. Um, I'd think, oh my god, I'm going on YouTube. I'm about to go on YouTube. This is gonna be, I'm about to get mated in the next 10 moves. Uh, could you imagine being in this position and like you're playing against like Magnus? It might as well be Magnus Carlsen, you know, someone like that. And I know Magnus Carlsen is infamous for pushing these wing pawns. He's someone who adopted Alpha Zero very early. I think him and Fabi were one of the first people to adopt it in like 2018 sort of time, where the other people were still using classical engines, or traditional engines rather. And I can't actually think of the name. What's the famous yeah, Stockfish, right? Stockfish and what's the other one? Deep Blue, is it? Was it Deep Blue? That was a very old one, wasn't it? Against Kasparov and uh, yeah, and basically for anyone who don't understand the difference between these engines, traditional engines like Stockfish, when they're coded, they are coded with the principles that grandmasters understand, right? So they teach them that, you know, a pawn's worth 1 point and a bishop's slightly better than a knight, and etc. etc. A knight on an outpost in your opponent's half of the board can be worth 5 points, and all these different things, right? So we put all our knowledge and rules and understanding of the game and then allow the engine to produce the best moves, where Alpha Zero, they didn't input any of these ideas of preconceived understanding of human understanding of chess. It just let it figure out on its own. So that's why these two top players use both engines, because of they can actually produce different answers, because of Alpha Zero has essentially worked out chess on its own independently of human input, and so it assesses positions differently, which is very interesting. Yeah, that's so cool. It's so cool. I remember I only found that out like about 5 6 months ago, because I didn't understand why why these two engines, and I looked into it and I was like, wow, that's so interesting, and it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Um, and and in 2018, and I don't know if you guys know, I think that was when Fabi literally played Magnus in the World Cup, not the World Cup, sorry, for the World Championship. So it's very interesting that these two people who adopted Alpha Zero before everyone else, literally in the year when it was kind of being developed. I think there was a few people who done it before them, and at the top level, they was the first people to then kind of like take it on and listen to these coaches and listen to these new ideas. And for example, these wing pawns are something that if you was to put into Stockfish, it would say that this is a bad move, and Alpha Zero. In this case, obviously, Stockfish is saying this is a good move, but I'm just trying to say, generally speaking, um, these wing pawn pushes were popularized at the highest level because of Alpha Zero would always recommend it in these kind of positions where Stockfish and these traditional engines would would basically never recommend the move. Chess Master, we don't give hugs. Sorry, bro. um, thanks, Nightbot, for helping me with. Oh yeah, Leela. Leela's one of the older versions as well. Yep. There we go. Nightbot helped. Nightbot's listening. I'm not really kind of familiar with chess. Is Nightbot like AI? Is that like an AI thing, or that isn't like a mod or a like an actual human? Is it? Anyone in the chat answer that for me? It's a chatbot. Okay, that's so crazy how it picked up, um, how it picked that up. That's awesome. That's insane. This is the standard Grenke. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right as well. Again, like I said, my geography is terrible. I can barely speak English, so my pronunciation of a German town is going to be even worse. But this is classical chess, 90 minutes. There's no increment, there's no extra time allotted after so many moves like in the Freestyle Open. This is the traditional Grenke Open. And I believe after the round 5, anyone in the traditional Grenke Open can actually transfer into the freestyle for the final rounds. But from my understanding, Hannah isn't doing that. She's on her classical grind. She was actually in a tournament last week, I think in Rykad or something, or somewhere like that. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that one either. Scratch my mushroom hat for that. But if anyone follows her on Instagram or if anyone has been following her tournaments, Raykajev, gosh, I don't even know how to say it. Let's Google it. But she played a brilliant move for her final game to get the win. It was insane. Um, it was beautiful. Maybe we could go back in when we take a little break or something like that, or just as the game ends, we'll try and get it up. Reykjavik, Reykjavik. Awesome. Thanks for that, guys. Who do you mind if I ask you guys? So, what other streamers do you guys watch? Are we Hikaru fans? Are we take fans? Magnus fans? Do we watch what small content creators do we watch? What big content creators watch? I've seen a lot of you mention Eleanor, so I'm assuming we now pronounce the name of the volcano. Reykjavik. Yeah, Ray of Hope Chess. Never heard of him. I love that name though. Hope Chess of Hope Chess. That is awesome. Maybe I'm gonna write down. Let me get my trusty notepad, and I'm gonna write down some of your favorite streamers so I can. Yep, I don't know who Aussie Chess Noob is either. I mean, I just watch small content creators like Gotham Chess and Chess with Akeem. These the little guys, the little fish. No, in terms of small content creators, I follow Blunderman. I'm a member in his account. I don't know if any of you guys know Shams211. Shout out all the streamers in the chat, all the chess content creators. Um, Chess is honestly these last few years, but even in more recent times. I mean, you got Erling Haaland investing in Norway chess. You got chess.com hitting over 150 million um, accounts recently last month, just as recent as last month. Uh, So it's really an exciting time for chess. I mean, before 2020, I don't even think there was one show of chess on Netflix. And then just in the last few years, we've had several. We've had two this year. There's another one coming out as well that I can't remember the name of. Yeah, we were just talking about Reykjavik. Yep, and she's on her rate and grind. She played a brilliant move. She had a brilliant tournament in Reykjavik, from my understanding, and had a really great game to win her final game. And she's had a bit of rest, so she wasn't in round one of Grenke Open. She had a 0 point bye, so the tournament understood that she wasn't going to be performing. So she started round two against a lower rated opponent. This is essentially her first game. However, the best that she can do is technically 8 out of 9 in this tournament. And I'm sure she'll be going for a healthy 5 out of 5, 5.5 out of 8 would put her in the positive for her elo. Okay, I'm just Gotham is not small. By the way, guys, British satire. I don't know if it comes across well, but I was joking when I said Gotham Chess and Chess with Akeem and all these people. These are obviously huge content creators, the biggest in the chess world. Dina, Magnus Carlsen. These are all small fish. Shikaru. Um, you know, Tilo Talks and Hannah Sace. That's where it's at. That's what I'm trying to say. But I appreciate you telling me some of your favorite small content creators because of I will look them up as I like to support my fellow peers, especially the small content creators. I mean, if I want people to support me as a small content creator, you have to be willing to support other small content creators, right? And I'll tell you another story, guys. If you wasn't here earlier, this is how I know Popham Chess is an absolute top top guy, right? Because the first time I met him twice. So first of all, I prioritized the book signing, and then the second time we got a photo together. But there's so many people, and there's so many things going on there where they're obviously pressed for a lot of time. And it was so interesting when I was at the Speed Chess Championship in London. Uh, when I was there, you obviously have lots of people there, right? Anna Cramlin's there, Nemo's there, Danny Wrench, all these sorts of people, right? And it was so funny that the only people that had security with them, that had to walk around like with security, like I'm talking about a couple people, like he's Lionel Messi, right? Was Gotham Chess, and I'm sure Magnus, but it was a bit different for like Magnus Hikaru, uh, David Lazovic, and Ali Reza because of they're basically backstage, right? They're competing, so they're not really getting involved in the community like people like Nemo and Anna Kramlin who are on the mic and on the stage and are walking around and getting involved, playing people, David Howe, Anna Rudolph, all these sorts of people, right? They was kind of in and around us. The players, you can understand, they got to focus. They're trying to win, they're trying to win, big money, the big prize. So they're obviously locked in. So I'm sure Magnus probably would have security, but Gotham Chess was the only one. Like you had the CEO of Chess.com, uh, Danny Wrench and stuff, just walking around on his own, and Anna was basically walking around on her own. Sometimes she would have like a member of staff with her, but it wasn't security. But anyway, long story short, guys, I'm sure moves must have been made before we tell this story. That looks too much like a Spurs scarf. What do we think of Tottenham? No, we won't start no controversial chants at the moment, but I think the scarf looks awesome. If I'm completely honest, with the lightning bolt of the speed chest as well, and with the London. I don't know what a Spurs scarf looks like. If I'm completely honest, because I never watched Spurs. Um, I only watch. I only look at the top half of the table. I only watch games in the top half of the table. and uh, and guys, before I finish my story, we need to get the binoculars out. Remember, 100 eyes are better than one. There has been multiple moves, guys. So let's try and figure out what's going on. Am I able to rewind? No, I can't even rewind. This is bad. I'm probably the worst commentator because I'm just like trying to entertain the chat and I'm not even focusing on the chess. Guys, if I'm talking too much and you want to hear more about the chess, please tell me to focus on the chess. We've hopped in, traded the knight. Both knights have left the board, right? So I'm assuming it was something like here, here, here. No, that's completely losing. What's going on here? The game isn't up here either. Oh dear, we failed. Seeing if I can work out the position. Okay, guys, we might just have to edit this. Yeah, she's castled this move. Yeah, that's a great. Why isn't it letting me castle? Why is it acting like I can't castle for her? Okay, something's gone wrong with the analysis. We haven't even moved this, right? Why can't I castle? Okay, you're right. She's castled. He's then hopped in. No, but she's missing her pawn there, isn't she? No, no, she isn't. She's castled. I think he's hopped in. He's taken, but he's missing both knights. Just kind of crazy. Okay, guys, I think I'm just gonna have to re-edit this position. Castle, hop in. Um, she would have taken. He's taken. No. Okay, I'm just gonna create a new position, guys. Are we happy for me to create a new position, or do we want to try and work out what's going on? This is my first time commentating. If you and I'm kind of making this more about me and my time at the Speed Chess Championship, which I'm so sorry, guys. I'm kind of treating it like it's my own stream. Should be. I apologize, Hannah, when you watch this back, or for anyone who is more, obviously, you're here to watch her tournament play. So I apologize. We will lock in. We're going to create this position anew, and we're going to lock in for the remaining hour or so and focus on the chess. I am going to be quiet and less spoken to. Okay, you guys might need to help me out. So we got a king here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, A3. We still got a rook here. Rook on the light squares. That should be a light square king. We've got a queen in front on F3. We've got a bishop here for sure. We've got a pawn here for sure. Let's assume black's castled. And there's 1, 2, 3. These are definitely on light squares. Got a pawn here. And a dark square bishop here. A queen. Who do we think's winning, guys? Can we get some guesses on the evaluation? Just as I put these in. The light squared bishop's gone all the way back. And the rook's tucked here. And the rook's here. Is this right? Oh, there is a knight there. I didn't see that. Oh, we could have worked out the position, guys. I didn't see this knight. It was just what we said. It was just basically what we said. The reason that was confusing me, I kept saying both knights were gone. Both knights weren't gone. It's tucked behind that pawn. We could have recreated the position. It was just them trades that we talked about. Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. We could have worked out. It was only the two moves. I was thinking I didn't see that this light squared bishop had retreated and the thingy, because we would have been able to work that out. That's my bad. That's so my bad. It was a bit premature with that. But okay. We live and learn. We keep moving on. Ah, no, wait. Edit. Edit the position. Confirm. There is a pawn here as well, right? Okay. Okay, I think we're good now. And my guy has just played B3. I just heard another cough. What's going on here? That is someone on the stream or something like that. Got nothing else open. Okay. Yeah, the king castle was glitched. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. We would have had to do it anyway. Yeah, because I wasn't able. So that is a very. I don't know how it done that because we literally set up analysis and didn't even touch the king at all. That was for sure. Two more moves. Oh my gosh. Said I'm going to focus on the chess and I'm missing it. The bishop's gone back. So where did black move? So let's try and work out where did black just go. Black's pushed this pawn and white's retreated. Okay, awesome. And Hannah has you'd say a significant advantage, especially in classical chess, right? 1.4. This bishop isn't too great, but this bishop hasn't really got a home without trading it, right? You don't want to come here and just let this bishop get into the takeoff. It's a really worst piece. Um, but I think this is a really great decision by Hannah because of the only weakness on her king now is the dark squares, and she's the only one with a dark squared bishop. You're going to see the poor decision by our opponent. Not necessarily a poor decision, but you understand that Hannah's understanding, higher level understanding, is really showing. It's going to be extremely difficult to checkmate Hannah now. The only way that White is probably going to win is through some sort of end game grind. Uh, whether they can kind of steal a pawn and kind of get something going with this majority attack on the queen side. Again, I'm not a title player. I'm at my peak rating's about 1960 in rapid. So from my very kind of moderate intermediate understanding of chess, that's kind of my understanding of the move so far. Let me know what you think. Do you think that's an okay assessment? I mean, we've got the engine to help us, so um, I think I think that's okay. And it is black to move now, and wow, we've got a very. Hey Jenny, thanks for joining. We've been asked to commentate for Hannah Say, so we're just here watching the Grenke tournament. I appreciate you coming into the chat and supporting. We're doing very well. It's a good Friday. All Fridays are good, but especially this Friday. We got a bank holiday weekend. About to say it's Jesus' birthday, but it's obviously the complete opposite. But hey, the resurrection comes in a few days, so all can be happy, all can smile, and I hope everyone has having a wonderful Easter. What you be saying, Jenny? Do you like what cream eggs? Is it cream eggs? No spoilers. No spoilers. That's funny. No spoilers. Um, uh, yeah, guys, have we all got our Easter eggs? Are we doing Easter hunts? John would find that funny as well. Spicy with a W comment. W's in the chat. Oh my gosh, someone's coughing. Is it? I can't tell if it's outside or if it's coming out of my laptop. It's driving me crazy. But I'm very good, Jenny. Thank you. With my little waffle about Easter. Didn't still got Easter candy from last year. Wow, you've got some discipline, my friend. I'm hoping to get an egg in after Easter sales. Yeah, that's the best, right? That's the best. I mean, they put on Easter eggs about 2 months. I saw them about 2 months ago in my local supermarkets. And yeah, like you said, they'll probably be around for another month after Easter. But at least they just drop in price, like, like half price basically. It's crazy. So get all that chalky goodness for long ways, many more weeks to come. The last few moves for Hannah have been quite to guess. It's still asking for the same thing, guys. It's just saying attack. It wants Hannah, which he may do. This may have been a subtle push, not just to create this this home for the dark squared bishop. But you can actually see now that if this expansion would open up the diagonal, when you think about it, and it would just lock this bishop out, get your pass pawn going. Not like technically a pass pawn, but you can create one. Not right this second, but you would be able to create one eventually. Uh, the other good move is for the rook to come to one of these squares and take over the file, or potentially open up something, get the rook. Putting rooks on the same file as queens, always a good idea, guys. For you lower rated players, tactics generally happen when pieces are on the same file. It doesn't matter if there's a pawn in the way or multiple pieces in the way. And that doesn't matter if it's vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. And pieces are on the same sort of file. You know, it only takes one or two moves, and before you know it, pieces are exposed, especially if they're loose pieces. And I'm sure she'll be considering all of these ideas. I see him writing, so what has she played? Trying to get my binoculars back out. I think she has expanded. Or has she not? She has expanded, right? She found the best move in the position. It looks like she's played here. It's kind of tucked away though. Like it's kind of difficult to see. I've actually got a pair of binoculars on the other side of my room. I actually might need to get them. Is that real? Um, yeah, I'm gonna guess that she played that pawn here. Brilliant understanding of panel or the position. Yeah, I'm gonna like give myself a bloody neck ache at this rate. Bloody keep Probably you can see my nose hairs in my webcam. The amount of times I'm zooming in into my TV, into my other monitor. Uh, yeah, I think if I was white now, I'd be getting just a little bit uncomfortable with what's going on. Um, just because of the space, you're getting clamped down, right? You're getting clamped down. What's this bishop gonna do? There's kind of no forward moves for this knight. You might maybe what's the best moves for wait, what's just gone on? Why did that move get played? I didn't even play that move, did I? Oh, it wants c4. Yeah, it wants this move because it just needs a home for the. You need to get your pieces into the game, right? You need a pair of binoculars to find your binoculars. It appears like appears Marauder. that's the um, that's the paradox. That's the philosophical paradox, eh? I just realised they're playing on the DGT board as well, right? So that's the if you can notice, there's like a a lead going into the board. So I think that's one of them boards where it would be coming up live on chess.com. Like it should be. I've closed the other page down now. I want to kind of keep an eye on the game, but the moves should be live coming up onto chess.com. Let's check the. Let me know if she makes a move, guys. I'm just gonna see if she's come up with a. If their game is on the event on the streaming page, it still isn't on here. Don't understand why that isn't on there. Hannah says is not. So it'll be interesting to see their time situation as well. Okay, I was just on a different screen, so let me know if they made a move, guys. Don't think they have. I'm looking at the board. And I think all is gravy boat. Oh, a little bit of eye contact from the young man. Hannah's having a. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I checked Leechess as well. Yeah, and I couldn't even find her name on Leechess, so some sort of input problems. I wonder it's because of she wasn't in round one, so maybe the organizers as well. Maybe they've just kind of, or you could be right. Maybe there's actually some input problems with the DGT board, which just means digital game technology, guys. If anyone's wondering what the acronym is. Okay, guys, we've missed a move because black just moved again. So what was white? What did white move in this position? My camera's gone really blurry. I'm sure hers is. Sure it is for you as well. So I can't even see the board, even if I had the best binoculars in the world. Unfortunately, why ain't it clearing up? Okay, there we go. It's a little bit clearer now. Okay, so he went here to create a home for a bishop, which is obviously the best move in a position and very natural. I thought it was going to get a bit suffocated on his king side, and she has then played. Oh, it's her coffin. She is coffin. Oh, it's Hannah. It's people on the. We've been wondering who's coffin. It's her, bless her. She's got a bit of a cold. Guys, I can't see Hannah's move. The screen's too blurry. He's just made a move as well. We're a couple moves behind, guys. Can you? Can't see what Hannah played in this position. What did she play? She definitely moved something on here. Maybe she just brought the bishop to f6. Come on, Grenke, with your doo-doo internet connection. What are you connected to McDonald's or something? What's going on? The board was fine before. Isn't my internet connection, is it? Right, my internet's good. Health excellent on the stream. Yep. It doesn't look too bad or blurry on the stream, but when I put on the big screen on the link she gives me, which has been working fine before. Now it's just not sufficing. If I was to guess, she's moved one of these bishops, or she's like she's she's lifted her rook or something. She hasn't lifted her rook. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. I imagine, doing lots of chess, having to sit down a lot of the days and constantly having to be revising and traveling and all this sorts of stuff. It obviously can having to create content, a lot of stress, and definitely take effects on health. Okay, just as it clears up, it goes fuzzy again. Hmm. It's literally impossible to see at the moment. It's just so blurry. It doesn't look too bad on the stream. It looks really clear on the stream, but hmm. What is the top engine moves here? So we got DA. Oh no, wait, the stream's lagged. Is that right? Guys, can you is the board live? Is the stream live? Because on the restream, it's kind of like it looks like it's lagging a bit. You can see me moving and stuff like that, guys. Yeah. Just let me know in the chat, please. No lag. Awesome. I'm just gonna open this link, and I ain't just gone onto my phone. I'm gonna try and zoom in on my phone, guys. I'm gonna try and open the link and try and get the position on my phone to see what's going on. No, it's just as blurry. What a shame. What would she play in this position? I think she's played this. That would be a smart move, right? Yeah, she's played here. She played here, putting it on the same line as the queen. And then he played this. Which looks kind of weird, but I guess it kind of makes sense. It gives you a little bit of an escape for the queen, and it stops any kind of double attack on the pawn. And I think it's Hannah's move now. I think we've done a good job there, guys. I think we've done a good job. You have to bear with me, guys, because of the link that she sent me. I know it looks all right on the stream, but when I just open it so I can actually make it like a full screen, it kind of blurs in and out. So I'm trying my best. If anything, I think I need to go book an eye test after this after the tourney. Because they're clearly not as good as I thought they were. They're being tested. They're being pushed to my limit. He looks. I mean, yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure he shouldn't be devastated because there's no shame in losing any game of chess to anyone, especially not a titled player. Um, it's very natural to feel a bit demoralised and whatnot. Or we gave her a slight little glance there. Sure, he wouldn't give no eye contact if it was Dina sitting across him, because otherwise she'll take his soul with the death stare. I think Dina has the most beautiful eyes in chess, if I'm completely honest. But I do completely understand about the scary look. I think Andrea was the one who popularized the intimidation of the Russian school of chess. You'll never guess the best move in a position, guys. It's to bring the bishop back again. It wants to reroute the bishop, which is so weird because this seems like such a good home, right? It blocks the diagonal of any checks, and you'd think you'd want to try and get this into the game to push this. I think that looks very natural. This obviously is a now I'm kind of understanding it's a bit more of a prophylactic tactic as well to obviously blunt the dark squared bishop, which will inevitably open up. Maybe she's a bit worried about her backwards pawn, but I think it would be fine. But hey, what do I know? When the engine wants you, I mean, first of all, we had the bishop come here and then back here, and then we've had the bishop go from here. I'm talking about several moves ago when the bishop took the knight and then was played back, and the engine it wants the exact same thing again. Really wants a rook. Either of these rooks are the next best moves. Really wants Hannah to bring a rook onto the same file as this queen. Which is interesting because now she can't even push the pawn, right? She would have to kind of waste a few tempo to even get the file open. So I'm just looking at these sort of games in classical chess and just really realizing how bad I am at chess and how much I don't understand. She did move a rook and she done a very natural move that I probably would have done. If I'm completely honest here, or one of these rooks to the semi-open file, right? Especially after this move, you'd think that b4 is just way too many tempo away. You'd probably play this move before putting a rook onto the b file, and that's exactly what she's done. I think a very natural move for white here is just to put a rook on the same file as the queen. Although at the moment there is two attackers and only one defender. Although you would be sacrificing a queen for both your rooks. But again, we're talking about several moves ahead in the position. Again, very natural move, exactly what I said to play. It actually wanted the bishop to come to one of these squares, the engine, Again, very interesting. I guess this bishop isn't doing anything here. So get your worst piece and improve it. But you could argue this is a worst piece as well. And this is exactly what our opponent has opted for. And the engine hates it, guys. The engine does not like that. That nearly dropped down a point. If Hannah can find the best move in the position, which is whoo, the skewer, not quite, but massive pin on the knight, putting huge pressure on her pieces if she can find this move. And what did we just say about our worst pieces on the board? Hannah just needs to do exactly the same. A lot of title players are great at finding this. If you could just look at a position and just think like, if regardless of how many moves it take, if I could just get my piece and put it here, you know, like why, if they could somehow get this on this outpost, right, there'd be happy days. Unfortunately, there is no easy route for that to happen. But here, it seems like a great move. Especially when this very natural looking defensive move, which is kind of very common in hyper modern openings to put the, you know, the fianchetto or the fianchetto, depending on how. Well, how do you guys pronounce it? Fianchetto or fianchetto? One or two. One for fianchetto and two for fianchetto. I normally say fianchetto, so I'm going to hold up two fingers. But again, we've already discussed how poor my pronunciation is. One is that how you say it, or is that the correct? Is that actually the correct way to say it? It's an Italian word, right? I believe. Fianchetto, fianchetto. I'm pretty sure there's a H in it, right? So that's probably what's putting me off. I guess it's a silent H. I won't go on my phone because of don't want to be on my phone while I'm on the stream unless it's a complete necessity. Hannah is winning slightly in the position. She has multiple moves that can maintain the advantage, guys. The best is to just apply pressure to this knight. As again, what did we say about tactics arising when multiple pieces are on the same file, whether that be vertically, horizontally, or diagonally? And the next best move is the pawn push, which I think is a very natural looking move. I think this was the whole idea, you know, play the connect four. We've got our opponent getting out of the skewer. Oh wait, so black's played a move. What did black play? No, we've missed a move. Right, zoom back in, guys. Binocular time. Oh right, sorry. She did play this move. We talked about that. She's played this. He's got out the skewer, and this is the live position. And they were both best moves. She found the best move. He found the best response. And now once again, is crying out for this move, but second best engine move, which is basically the same, which I think is a much more natural. I know you guys have probably seen the TikTok guy walking up to random people playing Connect Four, and this is exactly what Hannah. I'm assuming her long-term plan is having pushed the pawns on her king side, mainly to obviously blunt out this light squared bishop, but also when she pushes here, it's going to be extremely difficult to defend this pawn, especially if she can get some pressure going on the queen, forcing it to kind of move or sending it to the rim. I know they talk about knights being on the rim of grim, but you know, you want your queen to be active, centralized. They talk about, you know, chess principles. You know, you want your piece, not just pawns in the center, but generally queens in the center because of they're able to maneuver to all places on the board. You can see Hannah's queen is just that slightly more centralized. Although White's queen is a file up, it's completely kind of staring at absolutely nothing at the moment. And this bishop move was so good. You can actually see that the square that they opened up for like an escape square, and he was so worried about maybe the bishop coming here and bringing the attack, blunting the dark squared bishop, that the dark squared bishop found a new home, and it's kind of created all these issues with your queen being slightly weak now. I understand why it wants the rook to come here now, because of I believe it wants this pawn. It wants to support this pawn, so it can push this pawn. Something like that, maybe. Not 100% sure. But you got to remember, guys, the hardest game to win is a one position. Where did she just move? Just looked away as she played it. Okay, she done the very natural pawn to e4, which is well, the second top engine move, which we discussed. Slightly behind this, but still very much winning and maintaining an advantage. Now we need a knight maneuver. Again, shouldn't be too hard to find this move. It is very notorious in chess. I'm sure you're chess players yourself. The backwards knight move. Oh my gosh, I actually blundered a piece to a backwards bishop move, and I know the classic sniper being invisible. I like to call him Harry on Diagon Alley because he has his invisibility cloak. And it done me yesterday, man. Just lost the whole piece. Was completely winning positionally as well, and just fumbled a piece to a backwards bishop move. It's funny how the backwards moves are so difficult. Our blind spots in chess. It's quite hilarious, but notoriously the backwards knight move is difficult. But I think this one again should be quite slightly easier for white because of again there's no forward moves for the knight. What's your weakest pieces? To be fair, all of white's pieces are looking pretty sad. But you don't want to bring this bishop here because it will cut off the knight. So you want to make this maneuver first before you can think about maneuvering your bishop. I think that's very natural. Yep, and he finds it in no time at all, really. Didn't spend any time. Thank you guys. Everything's stretched. I feel dizzy. Do you want me to I can unstretch some stuff. I didn't realise that everything's so stretched. Oh yeah, it is stretched, isn't it? You don't need all this analysis on the side, do you? Do you want me to crop it out and make the board bigger? Let me crop out all the analysis. I can tell you the analysis, guys. Um, because then if it's let me know if that's good. Hannah said that she wants the chat on the board, and then she wants the board here. So I don't kind of want to mess up with her setup. Like she sent me this template, like I didn't set up this template, so I kind of don't want to change her template. But if you want me to kind of rearrange some sizes and crop some stuff out, I'm kind of happy to do that. But obviously, if it was my stream, I'd put the customer first. But and I'm sure she would with you guys as well. But I don't want to mess with her template if she's kind of sent that over to me. Um, Maybe make it slightly bigger. Is that cool? Is that all good? That's got to be better than what it was before, right? I don't think the online board on the big screen it would probably just be a bit even more stretched, wouldn't it? I guess we can filter out. Hope people are keeping an eye on the moves, guys. You have to let me know. fill out the top guy's name because it ain't even a name. We just got it written as black and white. Okay, guys, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. Hope that's alright now. He made the backwards knight move. Has she made a move? She looks like she's advanced her queen, right? But it's a bit blurry. I don't want to make the move yet. I think she's offered a queen trade. I think she's played here. Which the engine doesn't love. Threw away most of her advantage with this move. Interesting decision. I probably wouldn't have thought. I probably thought she wouldn't have played that, if I'm completely honest. Just because we were talking about previously about, you know, Hannah's queen has not as many options, but slightly more options. This queen's got no options. I mean, it comes forward. You can like, it's it's not got many options. You know, giving it a trade is at least giving it, you know, a. But maybe she's thinking long term about a king safety. Oh wait. So he's made a move since here. What did he move? What am I missed? Before that, White's moved something. And I can't see what. Oh, they've gone here. So wait. They got here, here, and they've gone there. Is that right? And I just realised something. Wait, no, we're a couple moves behind. We're a couple moves behind. Something else has happened. He's gone here. Can't see Black's other move. Black's made a move that I can't find. So this was the knight move. On something like here, here, and she's made a move that I can't see in this position. Guys, we're falling behind. Oh wow, she's playing beautiful moves, guys. Okay, let me just make like a random move here. She's then gone here. She then took. We had a trade. No, 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 no. What's going on? Oh my god, there's skewers and everything's been going on. He just took her rook with her pawn. Guys, I've messed up. I've messed up. Too much stuff's been happening. I'm so sorry. It's very hard to screen keeps going bluzzy on this big screen. She had a skewer somewhere. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of set up a new position now and catch this endgame because I don't want to miss out on anything from now on. Got a king, got a knight, bishop, rook. I think this is the live position. She had a massive advantage, guys, before this. She's only +1 now, but there was a massive advantage. She had a beautiful tactic where she skewered the two rooks. If anyone was watching the live screen, you could rewind on the stream. Maybe I should have rewinded on the stream. I just realized I probably could have done that. Gone on to Twitch on my phone or something. I don't even know why I didn't think about that. You have to bear with me, guys. You can't tell it's my first time commentating. We are meant to have the games on chess.com where the moves are being made by itself, so I don't have to manually put it. I shouldn't have to be looking at the stream and trying to work out what's going on in terms of like zooming in on the board. But unfortunately, they're having technical issues or some sort of issue. And guys, I'm just trying my best. As you can probably see me, I'm trying to squint kind of on a screen, and it keeps kind of going blurry and not blurry. Plus, I'm then talking to you guys, and then I'm missing what's going on. And I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Uh, the best way to obviously follow for you guys is over the board, but like we said, it isn't the best. We've gone on to chess.com on the Grenke event page, but unfortunately, her game isn't being played there for whatever reason. It isn't uploaded, and we've checked Lead Chess as well, and it isn't working on chess on there either. Chessmaster. Uh, so I've tried. I have tried. I don't know chesskid.com. I've never tried chesskid.com, but at the moment, thank you Zero Crew. Appreciate the support. Appreciate. If you've never seen me commentating again, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Um, hopefully my chat has been entertaining, um, has been top notch. If not my moves on the analysis board. Um, but as long as you're good, I'm good, and it looks like we're gonna get a hey, shout out hands, shout out hands. And the worst thing is that we've now loaded this new position and we've put it as white to move, but it is black to move. And she has just slid her rook to attack the pawn. Is that right? Yeah. Yes, that is the intention. +5 bonus points if anyone can actually name the most famous mushroom in the world. A lot of people know it as toad due to the Mario mushroom. But we were talking about this earlier, guys. I'm massive into mycology, which is the study of mushrooms and foraging in general. But I like to say mycology because of, I like to look at the deadly mushrooms and the inedible mushrooms, the poisonous mushrooms, as well as the lovely, delicious ones that go to the top markets and the top restaurants around the world. A lot of people think that foraging can be like, oh, like yucky or something like that. But a lot of the mushrooms that you find in the wild are much more delicious. The engine hated this pawn push, by the way. So we have a +3, a clear winning advantage now for Hannah in this endgame. And she looks locked in. She can sense the blood. But a lot of coming back to the mushroom story, a lot of mushrooms in the wild, they're nearly everyone is more delicious. It's just that we haven't found a way to cultivate them. We don't know how to mass produce them. Things like the portobello, they're cousins of the field mushroom. So field mushroom is the wild equivalent of the portobello, and we've worked out how to genetically modify the field mushroom so we can mass produce the portobello, the chestnut mushrooms, these sorts of things, buttoncup mushrooms and stuff like that. These are ones that we've figured out how to mass produce. So it's got nothing to do with taste and anything like that. If you go to like Gordon Ramsay or a Michelin star restaurant, if you're buying a wild mushroom soup and a wild mushroom sauce or something like that, you're not eating a portobello or a chestnut from the shop, right? They're going to the markets, they're coming to forages, people like us who can find the best mushrooms out in the wild. All wild food is best. It's just like growing a tomato in your garden or herb. You get a fresh bit of coriander, rosemary, or whatever it is, thyme, and you use that in your cooking, or you have a tea, a green tea, or something like that. You pick some wild blackberries. They're much better than the blackberries you're going to get in the supermarket. So foraging doesn't always have to be crazy, exotic things. If you pick hazelnut trees, hazelnut trees, chestnut trees, walnut trees, apple trees, blackberries. These are the things that you start off with, especially with children, things that don't have deadly lookalikes, right, and poisonous lookalikes. And as you get a bit more advanced, you're able to kind of go for the fun stuff, and it's equally as fun when you find. I found some of the most deadly mushrooms and plants in the UK. Yeah, lion's mane's a very one of the most medicinally researched mushrooms in the world. Said to have like anti-cancer properties and lots of different things. Very delicious. I grew a pack. If you go onto my Instagram, guys, so I'm Tilo Talks on all socials. I appreciate you being here today with me. I'm sure Hannah does the same. And if you are more interested in my mushroom, a lot of people might think it's a gimmick, but if you go onto my Instagram, you'll see that I have highlights of loads of mushrooms that I found um, out in the wild, and brief descriptions on them and things like that. So if you are interested, you can head over and mushroom season's just starting again, so in the winter you can get a few mushrooms, but just like most things, trees, plants, they kind of die away, and in the spring they start up to come again. Okay, I'm watching intently now. This is how you're meant to commentate, guys. I'm kind of treating this like my stream. I need to just be looking at the chessboard the whole time. I've got it as a big screen on my TV here, so sometimes it goes a bit blurry. But this is obviously the best way that I can kind of focus on it. I'm sorry that I'm kind of not looking straight on my laptop, but I need the board as big as possible because it's a bit difficult to see. I haven't taken any courses. I have got books. It's just how I learn chess. I've never been to a chess club or had a chess coach, guys. I only really started playing consistently in the last couple of years. I just use resources online, chess.com lessons. I've done a beginner guide and followed content creators such as Gotham Chess. Now I've watched people like Chess with Akeem and all your favorites that I'm sure you know about. Remote Chess Academy, shout out them, Chess Vibes, Hikaru, Daniel Naroditsky, RIP. He was basically my chess coach, and just through studying materials online, and you follow chess content creators just like myself. We post brilliant moves, we explain positions, we explain end games, right? I was following people just like the stuff I do now. These last 3 or 4 months, I've got into chess content creation. And when you get your algorithm filled with things like that, you just naturally take stuff in, and then you get a few books and you do a few lessons, and it's exactly the same thing I've done with mycology. I just went out in the field, watched a hell of a load of YouTube videos, followed a bunch of mycologists, followed a bunch of foragers, would take photos of mushrooms. I do long distance hiking, so sometimes I'll do 100-mile hikes along coast, in mountains, through ancient woodlands with my pack, my tent all on me, 15, 20 kg, food, gas, everything like that. Go hiking for 7 days. My longest I've been is 23 days in the mountains. And even when I'm in the field, I'll take lots of photos of mushrooms. And then when I'm back home and I'm sitting on the toilet or whatever, don't picture that too much. But I will get out my book and I'll try to picture stuff together. Looking at gills, I'll take samples, and it's taken me 5, 6 years. My first year or two, I barely didn't eat anything. Even if I thought it was something edible and I'm sure it was this mushroom, if you're not 100% sure, it isn't worth it, right? I'm not starving. Fair enough if I was absolutely starving and we're in the apocalyptic fallout world, post Donald Trump era, then yeah, you might take the risk of 1%, but I wasn't in any position where I need to risk my life over it. So I just built knowledge up over time, would go hiking every weekend. I'm fortunate enough to live in Surrey, which is in the UK, but it's I think it's 27% of my county is ancient woodlands, which is the highest amount of ancient woodlands per meter or per square meter, whatever, of county in England. So I'm very fortunate to live where I live, in the sense that it's probably like perfect for someone who's interested in nature and mycology. We don't have the most biggest mountains and the biggest sort of stuff like Scotland or in the north of England, but we have lots of pockets of beautiful kind of gardens and woodlands and things like that. My rating's 1960 in Rapid and 1710 in Blitz, if we're talking peak rating. On chess.com 1960. So if you guys are interested in me and you want to follow me on my journey, I'm on the road to 2000 at the moment for Rapid, and then we will be shortly starting a road to 2000 in Blitz. At the moment, we only play Blitz we play on Tuesday, Untitled Tuesday, Blitz tourney, but other than that, we are just playing kind of rapid grinds. Sometimes we play Puzzle Rush or start the stream with a Puzzle Rush, and then I generally end my streams playing my viewers. No move has been played since Hannah's gone here at. I know I was kind of waffling a lot, but I was watching the screen. And I appreciate you guys listening to me and messing up. I feel like I've messed up a whole stream, but hey, maybe that's just critical, being too critical, being too hard on myself. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. Like I said, this is my first time commentating. It was just a last minute decision. She had no one that could do it for her, so I thought I'll offer and try and save the day. I appreciate you guys putting up with me. Hannah's rating change should not change during this tournament because of she didn't play in round one. So we get knight f3, which is a very natural move, but obviously we could isolate another pawn. The engine thinks it's excellent though, in the sense that white probably hasn't got much other moves to play, and you need to get your pieces in the game, right? This bishop is super strong. I'd be surprised if Hannah gives it up, but she may do because of the knight may well just enter the game, and you could just simply isolate this pawn. White's obviously relying on this passed pawn. It's going to try and hold on to this for dear life. That was the longest stare he's given her the whole game. Maybe he's thinking a bit of getting a bit of life. I'm not too sure what their clock situation is, guys. Like I said, if that'd be another benefit if the chess.com DGT technology was working. We would have not only would I have to not be able to manually put in the moves, and whatnot, but we would actually be able to see how their time is getting on. The game started at 9, so it's been 3 hours and 10 minutes. So most games, casual games, can go between 3-4 hours, right? They get 90 minutes each, which would put it at 3 hours, but they do get 30 seconds for each incremental move. And this game's definitely got to be approaching 60 moves or something like that, 50, 60 moves maybe, if I was to guess. So I don't know if anyone's a mathematician, but coming up to 100 moves total with 30-second increment, can add that on. So could easily be having maybe 20-30 minutes each between them if the time has been spent even. What's your guys' ratings? I don't think I've asked anyone that the whole few hours. Can we get some ratings in the chat? Let us know your chess.com ratings or your over the board ratings. If you want to put your rapid or blitz or your highest one, let us know what format you play. Is there anyone else on the road to 2000? Maybe you're on the road to 1500. Maybe you're just kind of even newer to chess, on the road to 1000. I remember just over 2 years ago, guys. Now, 2.5 years ago, I was the big 800 elo going for the 4-digit club, and feels awesome. If I'm honest, I feel like not much has changed between then and now. It's crazy. You always kind of chess is always relative to your level, right? You struggle. You think you get to 1000 elo, you're 800 elo, you get to 1000, and you think all these players know everything and stuff like that, and you're struggling. Get to 1500, and it's difficult. 1600 chess is difficult, and I'm at 1960 now. Well, currently I'm about 1800 and something, as we have lost some elo. But just like Hannah, who's on her OTB grind, playing lots of tournaments and putting in that work, we are trying to do the same. We are trying to emulate the greats. We are trying to be the future British world champion. We're going to let the chess speak for itself. No puns intended. 9,000. It's 3.4 in the position, but the young man is doing exactly what he should be doing. He's trying to grind. He's taking the words right off my mouth, or off my chest to be more specific. Don't quit. This is a massive, massive experience, massive learning experience at the very least, but also a privilege to play the wonderful, the thunder from down under. Can we see the winning move in the position, the top engine move, guys? We talked about pieces being on the same files and how tactics can arise. Maybe that'll give you a clue into the move Hannah should be able to find. From my understanding, it wins a pawn. Oh, how insane! How insane was last year's tournament of Magnus in the freestyle section? Obviously, this is the classical open section, so this isn't 960. But Magnus, along with Hans Niemann and other top super GMs, are in the building, are competing in their beloved format. The top GMs seem to really love the freestyle format. I really love watching it. I'm still at that level where I think in like 5, 10, 15 years, they all say that it is going to be the future of chess. And I think that the more people that are getting into chess now, we're only going to get better and better. And I think in 5, 10, 15 years, all the kind of beginner and intermediate players who have been getting into chess in this generation are going to adopt that freestyle chess just like the other top players have, because of once you kind of learn and master your kind of patterns and openings and stuff like that, it would be fun to just break out of that and just play random chess, play intuitive chess, who is naturally better in these positions. And Hannah finds the move. I thought she would. Quite a natural move, because of if you take the knight, you get rid of the bishop pair, you can isolate a pawn. But why isolate a pawn when you can skewer the rook? And it seems that this just wins a pawn, from my understanding. Don't know about you guys, if you can see a refutation or what white should play here. Then principally speaking, the engine just wants white to get out of here, but at least bring the rook to the 7th. Get your piggies to the 7th, right? Get your little piggy to the market. Stop that king in the endgame. And he does play that. Attacks the bishop. Forces the bishop to respond. Whether Hannah wants to kind of grab this pawn. She is just calculating and evaluating. Yeah, her game isn't on chess.com for some reason. We've been talking about this. This is why I'm having to manually put in the moves, and I've got her board on a big screen on my TV. That's why I'm kind of looking over here so I can try to really see what's going on the board. Unfortunately, we've had a few issues. It's mostly my fault because I was talking and looking at you guys and not at the camera. But yeah, it would be a lot smoother for the stream, of course, if the DGT, the digital game technology, was working, because of them we would be able to see the time, we'd be able to see their name, their ratings, and the moves would be being played automatically. So I would just be able to focus on entertaining you guys, and we could talk about mushrooms and whatnot. But unfortunately, I'm getting a bit of a neck ache, you know, having to stay over there. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you coming here and joining us on this Good Friday, on Passover, I think they call it in the Christian religion. And I call every Friday a Good Friday, if I'm honest. And this one's particularly special for billions of people, if not for the Easter Bunny, most importantly, the Easter eggs and all the Easter hunts for the little ones. And let's face it, for the older ones, we like to nibble on a bit of chocolate as well. I know I've got my Easter egg downstairs in the cupboard waiting for Sunday. I don't know about you guys. Easter eggs in the chat. I am from London. I am from the edges of London, the outer edges of London, on the border of Surrey. And where are you from, Dave? Dave, I'm going to assume you're from England because Dave is the most British name in the world. If I was to ever put money on man like Dave Tank being from the UK, it would be my mortgage. I think I'd be Oh, okay, okay. Aussie, okay. And you lived in London for 7 years. Awesome. I just lost my house. No, Hannah did not play in round one. She had a 0 point bye. Someone said that she needed some rest, well needed rest. She played at Rikad or Rikard, uh, literally just a few days ago. So she's really on a tournament grind, and I'm assuming that she just needed some rest. She's also been coughing a bit, so maybe she was a little bit ill. Someone said that she picked up a bit of an illness midway through her last tournament, which is even more surprising because of I saw her win her last game of her last tournament with a brilliant move, which led to a absolutely beautiful sequence that won the opponent's queen. Wow, what a move! Just bringing up the king, saying, you know what, I don't care, tap my bishop, pin it, and but even more interesting how she didn't grab the pawn. Now, was it the best move? No, the best move was to defend it, but to defend it this way. This is still a top-ended move, second, just slightly worse. Hey Nicholas, you're from my stream, aren't you? Thank you for joining. We have been asked to commentate on Hannah Sace, who's a woman candidates master, and she is competing in Grenke in the open section, and it's round two, and we're in the kind of getting into endgame territory. I'm not sure what the time is. Unfortunately, there's been some technical issues, some difficulties. We actually had to stop the stream at the start because of we didn't even have the over the board screening. But I appreciate you coming here, and if you're interested on my Road to 2000 journey, we will be continuing that probably tomorrow, but I might do a few games this evening. I appreciate you supporting me as you're a regular in my stream. And yes, it's 12:20. Sorry, I'm not talking about the time. I mean the time on their boards, like how much time they have each on the board, not the actual time. The British summertime in the world. It is 12:20 for me as well. Just hit 12:21, which is a symmetrical number. And Hannah just made who just made a move? I've just missed a move. Can someone put in the chat where black move? White move, sorry. Or did she just kind of scratch her pen? So I don't think white's changed their position. I think she might have just got a bit fidgety with her pen as I looked away then. So I don't blame her. I'm very twiddly with my pen normally when I'm playing. You learn all these kind of finger things, these little finger patterns and stuff that you just naturally do. I'm a bit of a poet and a writer, creative writing, so as well as chess, I'm also very um always sitting at the table on my own, whether I'm writing, reading, or playing chess. Doesn't this just lose a pawn? I guess you got to do something, right? It's best move in the position. Wow, great understanding. I guess it isolates the black pawn, right? Maybe he wants to come here. Black can also pick up this. It's interesting. It's crazy her understanding. Like the understanding to just defend your bishop rather than taking this pawn. The move before that, this pawn's hanging. Obviously, she couldn't have done that because the rook was attacking the bishop, but you get what I'm trying to say? These top level players, man, they just understand the subtleties in these positions. How's London and Britain going down? Is anything good? The best thing about London and Britain at the moment, mate, is probably something that you don't have to worry about being from Australia, is the fact that it's springtime over here. And we've actually had some sunshine these last couple of days after a very cold and windy and abysmal winter, as I'm sure you are familiar with. I'm not too bad with the cold. I try to embrace it. I like going out hiking and going to these places. And it's kind of great in the winter because of no one's there. No one's there. Everyone comes out in the summer. So when you go out in these woodlands and the hills in the winter, it's great because of no one's about and you really get to like I feel like a hobbit, when you're on these hikes and you're on a journey on your own. You feel like a Frodo on a journey. And as the sunshine warms up, of course you get the beautiful weather. But with the beautiful weather, you obviously get the bigger crowds and whatnot. But even on beautiful winter days, like you can have a sunny winter day. For some reason, British people just don't go out. They just put their sweats on. I'm subscribed to you. Thank you, Nicholas. Thanks for subscribing. Where I'm from in Victoria, it hasn't been too hot and the warm weather has kept going. This week we still had mid 20 degrees days in April. Right, right. So you're as we're coming into spring, you're in autumn now, right? So 20 degrees in autumn in Victoria. It's I only know like Melbourne and Sydney. My sisters did live in Australia for 2 years. They spent a year in Melbourne, come back to UK for 3 months, and then went back over there. And they travelled like the northern part of it. I can't remember the name of it, but they went to like because most of it's on like the coast, isn't it? And then there's a kind of like a little population at the top. Can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I know Nicholas. I know. You're my supporter. You're my G. We've played each other on Chess.com as well, haven't you? Is he just scratching, or did she actually make a move? Sorry, guys. I need to put this pen down for one because I can just feel myself probably ain't good on the stream. And otherwise, I can just do that all day. Um, okay, I think he's just fidgeting with a pawn. Sorry, I thought he picked up a pen. He's picking up his pawn, which is very natural. We're all getting a bit fidgety at the moment. For everyone who's been sitting there with us and watching along, I appreciate you. Yes, the Queensland place. Yes, that's what it's called, Queensland. Brisbane is where they actually stayed, I think, or when I visited as well, Brisbane. And there was somewhere else on the south coast they went up to as well. Oh, damn it! Just as I look away, they make a move. Okay, was that Hannah who moved? She has moved the bishop, right? She's taking the bishop. She's taking the pawn. He's then captured the bishop. She then recaptures, obviously. And this pawn's very dangerous because of if you move away to attack it, you can just push it and eventually the bishop will defend. Or it could even just take this pawn. If it was to move away, the bishop would no longer be pinned to the king. I doubt this rook's going to move. I mean, you'd be taking your most active piece. So the most natural move is to probably try and get your king to come and block it. But this pawn promotes on a dark square, guys. This is why she done the trade. Now you understand why. Not only does she grab a pawn, but it puts her pawn onto a promotion of the dark squared. We have a dark squared bishop, they have a light squared bishop. And that is her understanding or the foreknowledge of the game. That's okay, Nicholas. Yes, yes, you can stand up and move around. I've never actually played over the board chess, guys. I've only really been playing chess consistently the last couple of years, and I've started creating chess content about 4 months ago. But we have managed to get to 1960 in rapid on chess.com and 1710 or so in blitz. So we have about an intermediate level of understanding the game. But I have never played over the board, but I have watched a lot of over the board chess and I've seen people stand up for sure. There's actually a super GM. He's an Indian player who's very famous for standing at your opponent's side of the board. Like for every move, he walks to the other side of the board. And there's a viral clip of Hans Niemann, who he was playing his opponent, standing on the other side of the board. And they was basically playing each other from the opposite side. They'd make a move and then go round. But Hans was kind of memeing the other person apparently because he kind of he's notorious for doing this in all his games. Unfortunately, I can't remember the young man's name. But he is a grandmaster. And from the experience when I have played over the board, just like with my friends at university or when I play my nephew or little things like that, I'm someone who definitely who's not familiar with the over the board style, and I feel like the more I look at it from different angles and perspectives, I feel like I definitely get a better picture of the game for sure. We are in the live position, right? I think we're in the live position. I think I'm up to date. I know someone said that she just played. I think I'm updating it as well as I can, guys. I'm sorry if I am a bit behind. She's pushing the P and the king's just locked off. There's no way to stop this pawn. Wouldn't be surprised if the opponent thinks about resigning here. But, like I say, don't quit. Embrace the experience. Not many times are you going to be an unrated player and not only be able to play titled players, but, you know, I'm sure he all knows about Hannah Sace and has watched clips of her, famous clips, viral clips. And you follow on Instagram and check her stories and stuff like that. She's always posting brilliant moves and things from her tournaments as well. Yep, yep, you can promote to multiple queens. Yep, yep, you could promote all 8 pawns and get 8 queens, technically. if you could do that. Although they only have one extra queen over the board, I'm not sure what they do, but you can definitely do it. I think they must like get a big salt and pepper thing from in the kitchen or something and give you an extra queen, which is a joke, by the way, guys. Uh, but you can do it online, so I'm sure you can do it over the board. I'm just not sure what piece they would use. Maybe they would go and you would have to ask an arbiter to bring you one. And he does resign. GG's to Hannah. Can we get some GG's in the chat? Brilliant game, great understanding. I felt I learned a lot. Fortunately, we ain't going to be able to go all the way back through the game because of we messed up with the analysis a few times. The risk of stalemate. Yeah, I'm not so sure for a top level player, but yeah, you are right. There are some funny positions. But thank you all guys for being here. This was a wonderful experience. It was my first time commentating. We had a few technical issues, but hey, we powered through it, and I'm glad that you guys bared with me, and I hope that you enjoyed my commentary as well as half the time we didn't even spend about it talking about chess. We probably spent just as much talking about mushrooms, which is why I'm smiling so much because I got to talk about two of my most favorite things in the world, which is mycology and chess for sure. We got caught by the bug a couple years ago, guys. We started playing Blitz, we started doing puzzles, we started doing, little bits here and there. We was 800 elo, and before I know it, I'd played chess every day for 6 months, and we are here 2 years and a few months later, and we're still here. Yeah. Our opponent resigned in this position because of there's just no way that he can come back to defend his pawn. That's why I didn't like this one move threat, even though bringing the king over was also equally perilous in this position. But I'm assuming this is still just as bad. Everything's losing, guys. But after this move, essentially +8, and the stream has ended. So I'm going to end the stream accordingly. Thank you so much for being here. One more time, can we get a round of applause and GG's for everyone? I appreciate you for being here. And if you want to watch more of Grenke, round 3 is later this evening, and there will be a new commentator. So I will have to love you and leave you. And I hope you have a great Easter weekend. And let's keep supporting Hannah. Smarty, she didn't play in round 1. She was unavailable, so she had a 0 bye. So she didn't lose any rating or anything. I think it was an understanding with the tournament. She just recently played in Ricad. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Ricard. And that was only the other day. So she's been playing lots of tournaments recently, and she's seemed a little bit ill. She's coughing a little bit. Someone said that she was ill in the middle of the tournament. So we're going to hope Hannah gets better, and we wish her all the best for the tournament. I won't be commentating any longer, but I will be following along and wishing her the best. And I hope you guys have a great Easter weekend. Find them Easter eggs and have a great bank holiday weekend. Big up everyone inside. Peace and love. Thank you so much for that, Master. Hopefully I can commentate another time, but at the moment, I believe that she's scheduled to have other content creators. So, if I get the opportunity and I'm free, I would love to commentate again. But at the moment, I will love you and leave you. Have a great Easter weekend, guys. All the best. And tune in later for round 3.